A demonic truck that kills people and absorbs their souls into itself. But why is the truck doing this? Let's find out. The story begins by showing a couple who are on this road trip with their two friends, Greg and Mina. Their destination is Las Vegas, and they want to get there by car. For this, both Greg and Mina are extremely happy. Their love is now at its peak. But on the other hand, things are not going well between Marcus and Lena. Because here, Marcus doesn't want to continue this relationship anymore. He believes they should separate because it's for their own good. But right now, he doesn't say anything to anyone. They enjoy this road trip because they won't get such a chance again, and really, they won't. This place was completely desolate. Nothing is visible far and wide. Just a straight road and these four people engrossed in their fun, and they have all their necessary stuff with them, with which they will complete this road trip. But shortly after, a guest joins them. It was a truck. Seeing it, they were quite shocked at first because it was very big. So much so that even both guys were surprised because they had never seen such a big truck in their lives. They take out the camera and start recording it, but then they noticed that it was coming closer and closer to them, as if it had increased its own speed. Greg also now increases his speed. Otherwise, there could be a collision between the two. But from the looks of it, that truck driver seems to be in the mood. He is not even thinking of stopping. Slowly, the atmosphere becomes completely tense because now the people sitting in the back are getting scared. It sometimes comes close, sometimes goes far. At one point, it was about to hit their car, but at the crucial moment, it turned the steering wheel, overtook them, and went ahead. But Greg didn't like this because he doesn't like anyone overtaking him, so he changed gears and sped past it. While doing this, Lena, sitting in the back, cursed that driver a lot. Now friends, the sound of this truck was also very scary. It felt as if some demon was growling. Slowly, things are now starting to become quite dangerous. They feel that the truck driver wants to kill them, and that's why Greg increases the speed even more. But it was right behind. Then it gave a strong jerk, causing their car to suddenly turn, and it turned toward a desolate area. Due to the high speed, it starts flipping, and after flipping several times, when it stopped, its condition was not worth seeing at all. The rear was completely crushed, but the good thing was that no one was hurt except Greg, whose hand had broken because it got stuck in the steering wheel. That's why Mina immediately ties a cloth around his hand. During this, Marcus sees that the truck is still standing there. That's why he takes Lena and goes toward it. Because if it's just an accident, then it's okay. But if that driver did it intentionally, then things could escalate. Now he moves forward to talk to the driver, and in the meantime, they also find out that there are two large containers attached to the back of the truck, and they didn't try to find out what's inside them. Went straight ahead to the driver. The gate was open, but there was no one inside. Friends, it's possible that the driver got scared after this collision and didn't want a police case. That's why he might have run away, leaving everything. And in the meantime, both of them also arrive there and start searching that truck more. And during this, Greg sees a statue made in front of the truck and just keeps staring at it. It seems as if it's calling him to come closer, and something like that is indeed happening. He was going closer to it. But in the meantime, Mina brings him back to his senses. Now Marcus says that they need to get out of this place, so they need a car. This place is very big, and going from here to the city on foot could take 10 to 15 days. That's why we should stay here so that we can ask for help from another car, or if some truck comes, we can take help and leave. But wait, there are keys in this truck too, so if they wish, they could take it as well. But suddenly they heard gunshots. Marcus's eyes spotted a man who was coming toward them, and he had a gun in his hands. He keeps shouting, "Don't sit in this truck." But they felt that he might be coming to kill them, and these people immediately hid inside that truck. The person even fires multiple times at that truck, which makes them think that now he will definitely kill them. That's why Marcus somehow starts the truck and takes it away from there. Now initially, he finds it quite difficult to handle it, but in the end, he learned to drive it, which makes everyone very happy because now they started feeling that these people have escaped that crazy driver. But now, they don't know what trouble they are about to get into. That is going to be even more terrible and scary. Now after driving for a while, suddenly the music system turned on, from which some strange noises started coming. It started switching off on its own. It seems like everyone is getting intoxicated. Even Marcus, who was driving, fell asleep. The strange thing was that the truck started moving on its own. When these four opened their eyes, they were in a strange area, where there was no road, no path, just barren land. They can't understand what is happening. Marcus thinks maybe the fuel ran out. That's why the truck stopped here. The place where they are standing is a bit elevated, and how could any truck climb such a place without accelerating? In the meantime, Lena said she had seen some houses while coming. If we go there, maybe someone might help. But Marcus doesn't want to go with Lena. But out of compulsion, he had to go, and Lena is also able to feel this. After moving forward, she asked him what is her mistake. Why is he doing this to her? Marcus tells her, actually she is cheating on him. She too, with that same friend. They were talking about Greg here. This thing was told to him by Greg himself, and he has shown a lot too. By watching all those videos together, it's clearly visible that you like him. Lena also knew that he was telling the truth. That's why she apologizes to him. But maybe he will never be able to forgive her. That's why he gives her water and moved ahead from there. These people, while walking, reach the road from that place, but they don't see any house here at all, although Lena was fully sure. She had seen some houses here, but where have they gone now, they don't know. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Greg's condition is now getting worse. The pain in his hand is increasing. That's why Mina opens the container kept at the back of the truck to find some useful things. Maybe she'll find a phone or radio in it, but that container was completely sealed. Now when she checks the fuel tank, after looking at it, she found out that it's not even filled with fuel because it was completely dry. But if there's no fuel in it, then how did it come this far? To know more about this, she opened the front bonnet, and during that, she found that there is a strange liquid which is flowing in that same fuel pipe, and its color is deep red. That pipe is spread throughout the truck. It occurs to Mina that maybe it's some kind of fuel made only for this truck. But where is it stored? Meanwhile, Marcus and Lena are fighting. Although Lena apologized, Marcus is not going to forgive her. He has made up his mind to leave from here. He completely separates his and her paths because this is a bitter truth. It will always keep eating him inside. Now Lena also gets angry and comes back to her two companions. Here we see Greg, whose condition is getting worse. He is feeling very weak. In the meantime, Mina heard the sound of a plane flying outside. She went out and started collecting some leaves and tried to light a fire so that the smoke could attract them toward her. But this wasn't possible. Meanwhile, Greg now starts seeing strange things, as if some insects are eating all over his body. Sweat starts breaking out on his body. Then his eyes fall on the seat where a hole was visible. Out of curiosity, he put his hand inside and found a key from inside, which was for those containers. He came out with them and went toward the back. With those keys, he opened the doors of those containers. He went inside. But suddenly the gate closed on its own. After that, only Greg's screams were heard. Poor Mina immediately ran to help him, but the gate is closed now, and it's not easy to reopen it. Marcus, now walking alone, is tired. He didn't see any house here. On top of that, the temperature here is very high. That's why he did what everyone does. He used his own urine to quench his thirst. Then suddenly, Marcus saw someone coming toward him. Actually, this was the same driver who was shooting at them, and to save himself, he started running. But in this condition, he couldn't run far and got caught. Scene cut and reached Lena, and her condition has also become somewhat similar. But here there's one good thing for her. She found that house which she had seen while coming here, but she had seen it somewhere else. Anyway, without thinking about all this, she went inside it. Looking at its condition, it doesn't seem like anyone lives there because it's completely deserted. But there she finds some cans inside which that same red liquid was there, which she drinks. And she just keeps drinking because she was also getting less hungry. But after drinking it, she started seeing the same things that Greg was seeing. And there was something in it that was completely different from the world. Now she keeps circling around in that house. Then with Marcus, now perhaps bad things are about to happen. He has come under the control of that driver who seems to be in the mood to shoot him. But he doesn't do that. He was trying to make him understand. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we see Mina, who is worried and still searching for Greg, when she heard someone's voice who is starting the truck. She ran forward and saw that Lena was there, trying to start that same truck. When Mina asked her about Marcus, she lied that he went the other side. To find those houses, meanwhile, let's start this. But she told that there's no fuel in it. It won't start. In the meantime, we see Greg coming out of those containers, but his behavior has changed a lot. He is not at all like before. His demeanor has become completely strange. Both girls sitting in front see someone approaching them in the mirror, who had a gun in his hands. Now they immediately start running, but they couldn't escape because that person catches them and points the gun at them. But wait a minute. Is this Marcus? Yes, this is Marcus who has worn that driver's clothes, but why is he killing them? He was about to fire the bullet when he came to his senses. That means it seems like he was under someone's control. He apologized to Lena and started shooting at that same truck as if it was making him do all this. In the meantime, Lena came from behind and attacked him, which made him unconscious right there. They did this so that he doesn't become like before again. Maybe this time he might even kill them, and that's why they tie him up at the back. Now after they leave, Greg arrived there, and in the meantime, we see that Marcus has also recovered. When he saw Greg, he started telling him that he didn't know what had happened to him. Everyone seemed like his enemy. In this confusion, he even killed that driver who had come to save his life. But for now, he is fine. Here, Greg is not talking to him like before, but is provoking him repeatedly by saying that he is very weak. So much so that even his girlfriend is drifting away from him because he is impotent. All these things make Marcus's blood boil. On top of that, Greg now challenges him to a fight. He agreed, but in just a little while, Greg defeated him and placed his head under the tire of that same truck, which Lena was reversing. But wait, how is this truck moving? There's no fuel in it. Maybe because of that red liquid, its engine is still running. Now the truck is not moving forward. It seems as if something has come under it. Now both get down to check and are shocked. That thing was Marcus's head, because of which the truck wasn't moving forward. Both were chilled to the bone. How could this happen? They feel that all this happened because of them, because they had held Marcus captive there. Maybe he got free and came under the truck when it moved. Both had lost their senses because now they are completely alone in this place. But Mina tells her we have to do something. Otherwise, we'll remain stuck here like this. Now here, Lena comes out and gives directions to Mina so that she can bring the truck in the right direction. During this, she kept drinking that same liquid from that can repeatedly. Then Greg arrived there from nowhere and started manipulating her, saying that he loves her, not Marcus. He was just using her. Since Marcus's death, Lena had already lost control over her mind, and that's why she falls for his words. On his saying, she went inside that container, and after some time, when Mina didn't hear any sound from Lena, she thought of checking outside, but no one was there. Then Greg appeared in front of her, and seeing his hands healed, she was shocked. How did he heal so quickly? Greg tries to manipulate her too, saying that her friend is waiting for her in the container, and she even starts going toward the container. But as soon as she reached the gate, she saw Lena's blood-stained cloth on the side, which made her realize that something must be wrong. She pushed him and closed the container. As the gate closed, Greg's screaming voice came from inside. But now Mina has brought the truck onto the road. Friends, here comes the real twist of this story. When Mina was driving the truck, someone was trying to stop her. This was none other than the souls of her own friends. Yes, actually, this truck, whoever it kills, absorbs their soul inside itself. In the meantime, a small car comes in front of them in which a family was there, so Greg smashed it with the big truck, causing Mina to fall outside, and when she regained consciousness, Greg was standing in front of her, who explains to her that if you follow this truck's ways, you'll be happy. Mina wants to know what the whole matter actually is. That's why she pretends as if she will agree to all his sayings. Taking advantage of this, she even goes inside the container. What she saw there made her soul tremble. Actually, there were lots of machines there in which human bodies were being ground into mince. And the blood that comes out of it is used as fuel for the truck, which is why it's still running, and the liquid Lena was drinking was that same blood. But Mina won't let the same happen to her. This time, she ran toward the forest with all her might, but Greg was under the control of those unknown forces. That's why he doesn't leave her chase. But in the end, Mina shoots and kills him. Although she didn't want to do that, and after doing this, when she returned to that truck, she saw that a family was watching her. When they saw Mina coming toward them, they ran into that same truck. Does something remind you? Actually, this scene is exactly the same as what happened with Mina's friends. Their accident also happened in a similar way with this demonic truck, after which they also saw someone coming from the forest. Out of fear, they took the truck and ran away, and then the cycle started, which has no end. As long as people keep coming, they will keep falling prey to this truck, and as long as this truck keeps running, people's blood will keep flowing. With this story ends here. How did you like the story? Do tell us by commenting. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.